aren't actually mandatory in Australia right now. We've got like no cases, but I wanted to wear it just because I know a lot of my viewers are American, and I wanted to set a good example and not be like, oh, I didn't want to in any way send a message, you know, don't approve masks, even though they're not actually essential here in Australia, Queensland. But yeah, so that's my reason why other people might not be wearing masks, but I am. Set a good example. Hey guys, good to see you. Oh, nice to see everyone dropping in. Yeah, it's been a while, so I just thought I'd do a little mall walk and update you guys on what's happening, say hello, answer a few questions, and just hang out with you for a while. It might be fun. Hello, hello. Laser Shark, Jason Gray, and Logan, and Amethyst. Hello, hello. And Stillies. I haven't been mauling over a year now. Yeah, it's so wonderful to see so many vaccinations happening in America. Here in Australia, since we've had such low cases, the vaccines have been a bit slower in rollout and that sort of thing, and we've been producing them here in Australia. But yeah, so there are really low cases, so you'll see other people aren't wearing masks, but I am, because I wanted to set a good example for America. Hello, hello. What mall am I in? I am in Westfield, Chermside in Queensland. How was my day? Oh, it was okay, thanks. Yeah, I just been setting up a few ideas. Just got the team and myself working on that Elmo's World project. I think it's going to be really funny. I like how that's coming out. So yeah, that'll be really fun to do. Mental health is much better thanks to the Toon Boom. I think I took a week off back in January, and it really helped. And after that, I just started producing some stuff that I was really keen to work on. And I didn't fully want to stop because I, had team members as well that I wanted to keep paying and keep work coming in for and stuff. So it's a funny situation, but I'm really happy with the time I took off. And as you've probably seen on Phantom, I'm producing a little bit more than I usually would. But I've been doing it all live action style, which has been really meaningful to me, which has just been wonderful. So yeah, I love doing filming instead of just recording. It means a lot more to me. It's more fun to edit and stuff. Oh, hey, Cadpig. How's life been treating you? How's the rest of Australia been doing? Australia's been doing quite okay, if you mean in terms of pandemic, where one of the best, I shouldn't say best, but one of the least cases countries in terms of the pandemic. I'm very proud of my Australian people, given how we handled the pandemic. It wasn't like, no masks, they affect my priorities or whatever. People that will realize, they're not free of consequence. You can't just go killing a person indirectly by spreading a virus and be like, oh, hey, it's my right, or bull crap like that. So yeah, the Australian people did really well with that, and it's we've had minimal cases, which is just wonderful. Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. There have been only 6,059 cases in Iceland. Oh yeah, I read about that actually. That was really wonderful news how well Iceland's handled it, and they've actually opening up the, they're opening up travel and stuff. It's just wonderful because they handle it so well with their careful checking and all that sort of thing, and isolation when necessary. No, it's really wonderful to see. Now let's see. Woohoo, says Giorgio. Have you seen Hilda season 2? I saw a lot of season 1, but I think I stopped watching around the episode where she goes to the city and she was like, nothing scares me, and then she did get scared by something, and it was alright. I should have kept watching though. I watched the recent rest of the Disenchantment though. That was quite interesting. I'm not going to say it was good, but it was interesting. And I'll keep watching it because it's interesting. You're going to review Camp Coral. I was thinking of it, Dante, but I don't know, I was so underwhelmed by the first episode. And I still think it's, better than a lot of kind of kids' YouTube content out there. But, it reminds me, I like it better than something like Teen Titans Go, obviously, but it's not that far above. There's no actual dialogue intelligence. I remember I was watching it with my Discord community the other day, live watching it, and we weren't impressed. We weren't really that impressed, my favorite part of Camp Coral was that it's really interesting to see this new side of Mr. Krabs. Like seeing him raising Pearl as a father and a camp counselor instead of just a greedy stereotype was really fascinating. So he's about the only thing I find really interesting about it so far. Have you been to Europe? Can't say I have, sorry, introvert. As a non-isolation note, the Australian YouTuber Laser Bean got his skin in Fortnite. Okay, that's good. Tuna, thoughts on pandemic ending soon? Wouldn't that be wonderful, Toon Boom? It's just so great to see US having 2 million vaccinations a day, and that Biden's met his target of 150 million. I'm just so happy for the American people in that. I can't say I'll probably ever cover Batman animated series, Samuel, because I don't think it's something that's been asked a lot by my subscribers, so I just don't think it'd be sort of worth my time and putting that when I could be working on something they'd actually, like, a lot more people like to see. What shop am I in? Asked Evan. I am in Westfield, Chermside. Isn't that wonderful? There's been no cases in Tasmania yet. So glad to hear that. Oh, it's gone unusually quiet. Let's see. The hardest part of ending the pandemic is starting over again. Well, you know, I think we're already starting to see people starting over. We're seeing travel opening up more. So it's a slow process, but it's good to see some normality coming back. I'm liking the new thumbnail style. Oh, thank you, Justin. I'm really happy with it too. Yeah, I've got, you may know him, GeekToons, working on the thumbnails. I'm really proud of some of this work, and obviously I do a bit of editing over what he's done, but he lays a really good foundation for it. So yeah, I'm really happy with the new style. Thanks. You planning on buying anything or just taking a little stroll? Honestly, I do a lot of window looking and stuff. I don't buy that much. I might get a decaf skim milk latte or something. But for the most part, yeah, I don't really buy that much. I grocery shop and stuff, but I'm not a big spender. Did you see Patrick Star Show? No, I didn't know that. Was that a spin-off coming out, Logan? Yeah, just taking a little stroll. Shane, what floats your boat? 30 minutes away from Chermside. Oh, that's cool, Evan. Yeah, I come here a lot. It's amazing how many people I've met here who happen to enjoy my show, which is just wonderful to see. It's very flattering. What do you hope reopen? Honestly, it's a funny one to Toon Boom, but I actually hope the all-you-can-eat Sizzlers and that sort of place reopen, because my dad and I have had this tradition of we like to go there. We used to love to go to Sizzler. It just means so much to my dad. I'd like to take him back there sometime, but it's unlikely they'll reopen. I don't know. Sizzler's owned by Yum Foods, the guy who owns KFC, so they're not going out of business, but yeah, so that's one of those things I'd like to see reopen. How hard to studying during pandemic? Yeah, you're right, Silver. There's been a lot of people who've been really struggling, a lot of students struggling both mental health-wise and in how far back they are behind in their studies during the pandemic. It's a very real problem. How's the mall been? Oh, it's been nice, thanks, Kathleen. Just walking around, enjoying the quiet, and it's my way of sort of being active in the air conditioning. When I was thinking of going for a forest run today, but I just did my workout at the gym or at home, and just wanted to walk here a bit and sort of just get my legs moving. It looks so peaceful outside, so quiet and empty. Yeah, very lucky here and free to play. Hey, Strider, can I ask a question? You sure can, Actic? If I see it, I'll absolutely answer it if I can. Germside, says H-Man. Did you see the Patrick Star Show? I haven't seen it yet, sorry, Logan. What is your favorite season of Thomas and Friends? The earlier seasons that I reviewed a lot of in Darkest Thomas, I really enjoyed. I loved the storytelling style, how they told it. I didn't like the new seasons that I saw. Stuff like Wonky Whistle was just so boring and garbage and pandering and so typical. COVID-19 is up and down. I don't know what you mean by that, Dylan. Ah, yes. Loving the new thumbnails. Oh, thanks, Cadpig. Have you ever visited America? Yeah, when I was 2, said Destiny. It's not, to be honest, on my radar as much nowadays because, I don't know, 2016 to now hasn't set a great standard. It's getting better now, and I see more of the American spirit I grew up loving, but for a while there, I wasn't impressed with what some of the American citizens were saying. Not all of them, but a disturbingly large portion of them, and how are they treating their fellow man, particularly people of different race and gender. What part of Oz are you in, Stride? I'm in Queensland. Oh, that's cool, you're in Victoria. In Greece, schools are opening, says Georgios, closing all the time. I think that's kind of stupid considering cases are every day. It's a very difficult one. Giorgio, I don't think there's that many easy answers. We're just trying to spare as, and protect as many people as possible. And I'm glad I'm not the one making the calls. That sounds good right now. Hey, favorite part of them all. Will you... Yeah, I will visit New South Wales when things settle down, Racky, because that's where my friend Robin and Brendan are, aka Anime America. So when things settle down, definitely visit them. Yeah, I have seen WandaVision Frozen. I really enjoyed it. Got me back in the Marvel spirit, and it was exactly what I needed to see at the time. So yeah, I don't want to give too many spoilers because I know a couple of friends who are still watching through it, particularly a couple of people in my community. But yeah, I really enjoyed the style of going through different television styles, different decades, and how it sort of came together. And I like that there are actual consequences and no easy answers. That was really wonderful to see. Like, it was a very kind of adult story, and I feel like it's what the world needed right now. Strato, will you ever do a top 10 favorite movies in the future? Yeah, it's one of those kind of things I do on Live Strider Network 98, and I found that there wasn't that much interest in me doing favorite songs, so I've sort of put it off a couple of times. But I'll tell you one, I do have a couple of favorites that I definitely love to mention at some point. Thank you for inspiring me to walk around shopping centers. Oh, Blue Boy, hey man. Making myself feel better socializing with others offline. You're most welcome, Blue Boy. Yeah, I noticed that recently. I had a couple of people in my community mentioning they like to walk around and more walk, and it honors me if I was any sort of inspiration in that, because it just makes me very happy to hear that. Straight out, you look a bit like the Baron Underback. Yeah, I do, don't I? I really like this mask, actually. Obviously, I find masks uncomfortable in general, but definitely going to wear them. But this was actually quite a comfortable one by comparison to the regular surgical mask, so it was good. Said he was in Queensland. Yep. Mask over nose, please. Sorry. John, can you do the good episode of the best Nickelodeon cartoons? I haven't done Nickelodeon in a while, have I, Arctic? It's been a while. Well, I do reviews in the Loud House. Asked Logan. I'm just not interested in Loud House very much. I haven't watched it in years, actually. What's my favorite Animal Crossing, Billy? The Jess is Chunky. I really like Animal Crossing, and I know as Robin is obsessed with it. I always see her on it, which is fair. I think it's a really good game. I just haven't played much of it. I don't have a copy of it, so I can't say I'd be the best person to ask. Hey there, Strider Boy. You're always window shopping, never stopping to buy. Yeah, well, I like to walk, It's just a nice air-conditioned place for me to walk around. It's not too busy at this hour, so if good for that. Love your PFP. Hey, Emily. Any memories with Adobe Flash Player? I'm going to miss it. There's actually a really good program, Silver Sugar, I think it's Silver Sugar, that actually gives you the ability to play all the old Flash games. It has all thousands of the old Flash games, because I grew up in Newgrounds and Homestar Runner and all these Flash sort of oriented things, and I'll miss them sorely, because they're a big part of my childhood. Yeah, but so that's a good alternative. They've got, I think it's called L Player or something, I can't remember. What are your thoughts on them making SpongeBob spin-offs? I'm sad about it because I didn't enjoy Camp Coral at all. I found it really boring, so I can't say I'm that impressed so far, but I don't know, it reminded me a little bit too much of Teen Titans Go. It's just constant movement, and it's not done well, like something like the Hotel Transylvania series, where there's moments to stop. It's just constant movement without any intelligence or decent dialogue. But you know, it certainly makes me appreciate the original SpongeBob. Even the modern seasons, you know, I think do much better in terms of dialogue and situations. But God, I just found it boring, and so did a lot of my community watching the first Camp Coral episode. But that's it. People enjoy it. There's certainly worse things out there, particularly on YouTube, that kids could be watching. We all pray for. Yeah, here's hoping. How have you? If you've ever visited America? Asked Destiny. Yeah, when I was 2, I went to Disneyland in California. I might visit again someday. It used to be on my bucket list, but it's lower on the list now, to be honest. Yeah, Daft Punk rocks, Blue Boy. Daft Punk in the background. Oh, yeah. Gee, I must be really behind. Sorry, guys. Oh, jeez, yeah, I'm way behind in messages. Let me just jump to the front. Oh, my God, I missed so many. I'm sorry, guys. How did you watch Camp Coral? It's actually available on YouTube. Andrew, the first episode is available. I think it was CBS or something that streamed it. What's the country you really want to visit? I really want to go to Iceland or Norway. Love to visit there. France someday. I'd love to go with Lyndall. Have you seen Raya the Last Dragon? Not yet last gen. I'm probably going to go see it with Lyndall in a couple of days if we can. Oh, thank you, Emily. I appreciate it. I'm glad to have a soothing voice. I'm hoping to go back in Queensland sometime this year. I haven't seen it in 10 years. Oh, it's been a while for you. Oh, there's Lyndall now. I'm hoping, let's see. If you were about to make a show, what would it be about? Oh, I'm not the one for that, Logan. I know a lot of animation YouTubers like to sort of talk about shows they'd make, but it's just not my field. I'm not talented enough to make a decent show. Hello to you too, Indigo Star. Oh, Kiwi, Japan's a good choice. I used to really want to go to Japan in my teens. Hey Strider, can you do a best worst Zelda games? Well, I've been putting on and off. I don't know, it's really hard to tell how the games sort of lists are doing, in that I don't know if subscribers are really engaging as much with them and as much as the traditional animation, but I've been trying to introduce a little bit of gaming stuff over the last year or so. And it's been going all right. You know, they hit their 100K quota that I try to set, so I shouldn't complain too much. No, I haven't seen the new Disney movie Raya yet, Justin. Probably see it in a couple of days, which would be good. Hello there. Oh, hey Thomas. Have you any plans for summer? Well, spring. We actually just went through summer here in Australia, so in America, though, I think you guys are just going to have summer pretty soon. As you absolutely deserve after all those winter issues. I'm so sorry to hear about that. Yeah, it just feels kind of pointless. I don't know if you were there watching it with us, Cad Pig, but on the community, but yeah, I was kind of bored by it, you know. It's okay, it's inoffensive, you know, but crabs is the most interesting part about it to me so far. Goodness, the Masked Singer has a piglet costume. What's the thing you mentioned that has all the Flash games? Nick, I'm really sorry, but I can't remember it off the head. But if you look it up on Google, just look up thousands of Flash games PC, because you should be able to get it on PC. And I've played it through a bit, and they all run really smoothly, all the games. So that's a definitely good alternative. Are you excited for the Rugrats reboot? Not really, Andrew. Like, I kind of got my fill of Rugrats over the last 30 years or so. So, because I grew up with the original in the 90s, and I don't know, by the first movie, I was kind of done with Rugrats. I was just getting to the age then of my teens, and but looking back on the show now, the original episodes, I was like, oh, I really appreciate the imagination in this and stuff. I'm just not right. Certainly not the age for it when I get back into the reboot. I saw Pika Pika on the window. Oh yeah, they always are doing. They had a SpongeBob set up as well, actually. I'll see if we can go buy that. But yeah, I saw that those Pikachu ones are good too. What do you think of more Avatar content? News that there will be Avatar Studios. I didn't hear about that, Toshiro. I was a massive fan of Legend of Korra particularly, though obviously the original was really amazing as well. I just had a personal preference for like a couple of things, except for the, I quite like Legend of Korra. Mostly seasons 3 and 4. Anyway, oh, they took it down, what a shame. Masks still, oh hey Drake, still required there. No, masks aren't required here. I'm purely wearing it just to set a good example for America so people don't think, oh, is he an anti-masker or some bullshit like that. Sorry to swear, but I just really, really hate anti-maskers. So we don't have many cases here in Australia, but I'm wearing it purely because I want to set a good example. What's your favorite candy, food, drinks, Strider? Good question, Destiny. I really like the natural confectionery. I don't have much candy. Quite often I have a lot of pink lady apples and red grapes. I love pink lady apples, my favorite apple in the world. I have a whole bunch I keep in the fridge at home, just delicious. So that's, but natural confectionery is okay. I'm one of those weirdos who brings grapes to the theater. So anyway, can you do a video about the best cartoon of each year? That'd be a tough one. I can't say. I don't know. I feel like Rebel Taxi would do that one better than me. Do better justice to that one to me. I watch your videos to cope with my anxiety. You are most welcome, Steelies. That's what most important reason I'm here. And if I can give a little calm during a difficult time, that's what I hope to stay around for as long as possible. Thank you. Japan is pretty nice. Yeah, I'd like to see it someday. What do you think about Paramount Plus? I wasn't overwhelmed by the amount of content they have. I don't know if that's because it's nerfed down here in Australia. But yeah, it's no surprise to see another after all the success of other streaming services. I'm kind of glad this is the direction we're going. What about Russia? What? What do your reaction to Brilliant Diamond? I was so underwhelmed, Hitmonlee. I was not interested when I saw the trailer. And I loved Diamond and Pearl. The Pokemon Diamond and Pearl I grew up with, and they're some of my favorite Pokemon games of all, if not the. So I was really, really ashamed to see it was just kind of a direct remake with nothing new. The Arceus one though looks like they're doing a little bit different, but I almost just felt like, oh, maybe I'm done with the Pokemon game series after seeing how boring and Diamond and Pearl remake looked like. Nothing has changed. Like they're just recycling stuff from Pokemon X and Y. Pokemon sprites from Pokemon X and Y, and so I was just like, yeah. Hey Strider, what are your thoughts on Star Wars prequels? Because I love them. Dr. L, I really didn't like them much myself, but I loved them as a kid. You know, at 10 years old, I loved the lightsaber battles. Though even as a kid, I hated Revenge of the Sith. I thought it was just shock for the sake of shock and really boring and stupid and trying to be dark. And oh god, it sucked. But the first two I really liked. Yes, glad to see something talking about. Yeah. How are you planning to walk for? Do you have any idea? I can walk forever, dog tour. I tend to do half marathons every week in the mountains, and this is, yeah, nothing to me, but I just like to be moving all the time. You know, it's hard for me to stop for too long. Even at home, I have a standing desk because if I need to push up every now and then because I always have to be moving. Anyway, I think Chicken Little is the best Disney movie. Oh, good for you, Andrew. Can't say I agree, but you know, there you go. I had plans to visit Japan during the 2020 Olympics. Yeah, but then 2020 happened. Well said. Any plans for 500K? At 500K, you are at 499. Yeah, I'm really close. No big plans, Justin, to be honest. I'm going to send a little thank you community post where I've set up little boards, my whiteboard, the one I use for thanks for voting, and just says thank you to 500 subscribers. And basically just a message of whether you watch my content sometimes or I'm just another YouTuber you subscribe to buried within your many subscriptions. Thank you for at one point subscribing, you know. Keep it very lowbrow, very humility, you know, because it doesn't mean much nowadays. It really doesn't. You can have 1 million subscribers, and you know, if people aren't interested, your subscribers aren't interested in your content, then what's the point? But it is certainly something I'm honored to have. Oh, thank you, Pete. I love you too. What do you think about Paramount Plus? I don't have much to say on it, Logan, honestly. Thoughts on Johnny Bravo? Ask John. Big fan of it. I thought season 3 and 4 were a bit meh by standards of season 1 and 2. But we don't talk about them that much, and I think the main focus is on 1 and 2, but Johnny himself is always great to put in any setting. What do you think of Disney Plus adding in more mature stuff? I was really glad to see it, Blue Boy. I've been enjoying Bob's Burgers. I've been enjoying a little bit of Family Guy, a little bit. But yeah, I've loved the fact they've introduced more adult content to Disney Plus, because I'm a big Bob's Burgers fan, you know, and I've been able to watch the whole series properly, and it's been really nice. Strider, do you like The Dark Knight? Yeah, it's my favorite Batman series. Absolutely a huge fan of them. Batman Begins is one of my favorite movies of all time. I remember you were once planning to make a top 100 best shows in a comment. That would be a tough one, Actic. I can't say I do that nowadays. Howdy to you too, Mike. Heard Kylo was cancelled from PBS Kids. Oh, it's about time, isn't it? Toon Boom, how do you feel about people with medical exceptions that prevent... Got medical exceptions, absolutely, you know, obviously. You know, like, that's why everyone else needs to wear masks, for those who do have actual exceptions and medical reasons. I remember that you hate North Korea. Well, yeah, I'm not a fan of just the general anti-democracy laws in general. But anyway, what were your thoughts on season 25 of Thomas? I can't say I'm that familiar with Thomas, currently under maintenance. The Flash extension is Supernova Player. Oh, thanks for letting me know. Yeah, Supernova Player for that Flash extension. Have you seen Disney Lava video? Oh yeah, I Lava You. I remember that one. That was really beautiful when I saw it. That Paperman one was really good as well. I remember seeing that a long time ago, but I really like that. Have you walked into any polls or people doing a live stream? Never, never. In South Bank, I have, it was actually a funny story. I had some guy doing a live stream who came up to me in South Bank in the city, tried to stick something in my butt or something, and my Wing Chun reflexes literally reacted without warning, and I basically destroyed his phone because I sent it flying. And I was like, he was being a douchebag, you know, one of those sort of douchebaggy vloggers who just approaches people and think he has the right. It was actually quite hilarious. Then I just kept walking. I was with a friend at the time. I was like, oh, I forgot I did that. Yeah, I trained in Wing Chun when I was my early 20s, I think, and did Zen Chuan when I was in my 12s, 12, 13, 14, and like, you forget you have that muscle memory until it comes back years later. And I was like, oh, there you go. I can still do that. Good to know. Anyway, okay, I'm way behind in messages. Sorry, let's just jump to the front. King Reviewer, where did I hear Strider say no word? Who are some of your favorite YouTube creators? I'm a big fan of The Real Gyms. As you can see, I've been trying to get him on the channel more, just because he's a really underrated YouTuber that he has a very calm demeanor, though. He's not like the standard obnoxiously loud type who looks like he's got to prove a point and scream for attention. He doesn't capitalize every title or something like that. But I try to have people like that on, because a lot of them, I try to create a community like that where all of us can kind of come together on my channel, and it's a great honor to me to finally have him on both Worst and Best Simpsons games and Worst and Best Modern Simpson. I'm so glad that hit the 100K quarter mark, because I wanted him to be more exposed. So I'm a big fan of him. Also a big fan of Vlog Brothers. Hank and his brother are a real inspiration to me. You know, I think that's a vlogger done sensibly, intelligently, and charitably. Anyway, so yeah, those are some of my favorites. How do blood donations go? Like, what do they do to you? That was from Logan. So blood donations are basically, you just go up to the blood donation center, you have a bite to eat, a couple of drinks. God damn it. Excuse my language, I'm just gonna go by this is really loud. But yeah, donations typically go that go up, get a drink and a bite to eat, then you go in, they check your blood, just make sure, and check your blood pressure, make sure you're healthy and well, answer some questions, you go in, they put a little needle in and that sort of thing in the arm while you're doing something else, maybe squeezing something, and bing, bang, boom, you're done, and you've potentially saved 3 lives. It sounds scary at first, but I've done it about 69. It is 69 times. Oh, that's terrible. Also, lol. I think it's almost 70 times, I'll put it that way, that I've donated now. And yeah, like it starts, it's like just basically exposure therapy. The more you do it, the less scary it becomes, and that applies to almost anything you do. It's one of my favorite types of psychology for getting over fears, and that sort of thing. Anyway, one thing I like about your videos, says Asher, is that you always give your honest opinion. You always try to be the best you can, or to make your videos divided and equal. And you are my favorite. Thank you, Asher. That means a lot to me, you know. It's so inspiring to come on here and talk to you guys, because I always get nice messages like yours, and it never hurts me to have a reminder of, you know, the individuals you can affect, and just what an absolute effing privilege it is to be able to do so. Hey Josh, on a scale from 1 to 10, how would you rate each season of Johnny Bravo? That's from Mac and Blue. Probably need my glasses at this point. Season 1, I give a 8 out of 10, maybe 8.5. Season 2, 9 out of 10. Season 3, 6 out of 10. Season 4, 4 out of 10. But I still love Johnny Bravo. Which do you think for Looney Tunes or Mickey Mouse? I'm going to say Looney Tunes. Personally, for me, that's aged better, and I genuinely laugh more looking at Looney Tunes now. I sometimes pop it on PBS or Netflix or whatever streaming service I've got and just laugh myself silly while cooking dinner. Brave Man, I sleep. Oh, thank you, Catpid. Hey, Strider, glad you're live. Glad you're live too. Thank you, Orange. It's good to see you, man. Family, everyone should. I hear copyright music. Yeah, this is so going to get flagged, Andrew. But that's the music they've got going, so, you know, I just work with what I got. As long as I can hear you guys, I don't really care. Yeah, fresh. Okay, I must be really behind, because people are only just now making the 69 joke in the chat. Okay, everyone tell Strider to go to Woolworths. I can go buy Woolworths, but it's busier there, and I look like a weirdo in a mask carrying a phone like this. I must look so self-indulgent. Such a goddamn millennial. You're one of the most welcome. Oh, thank you, Cadpig. I try my best. What do you think of the Owl House? I'm sorry, Ultimate. I actually never watched it. I've heard really good things about it, though. I will say that. What do you think of Martha and the Seasons? MLAAT. I don't know what that stands for, sorry. Still not have seen Cars 3. Yeah, no, it was a significant improvement in my opinion, Kiwi. Have you seen that old Adult Swim pilot from 2003 called Penguins Behind the... Sorry, I haven't seen that one. That's a very obscure one. I haven't watched Adult Swim in years, actually. I think that there should be a t-shirt that reads, "Just because you are loud doesn't make you right." Okay, let me just post that on YouTube, Jimmy. What do you think of the crossover collab between the YouTubers that know that consists of nostalgic? So all the crossovers I've done, I don't know. I've liked lots of them. I love doing crossovers, you know, and I'm honoured to have ever all my friends on the channel at some time. So yeah, not much more to say. I sometimes regret not covering the topic better, or being too loud, or get frustrated at my takes, or I don't get the decibels quite right between us. George, for example, always tends to have a much louder microphone than I do, so I always have to lower his decibels by about 5 to 6. And so audio balancing, making sure the script is right towards their characters and their modifications and that sort of thing. Getting it all right is tricky, but absolutely worth it. Oh, hey, Drake. Have you ever seen the Harry Gold Show on YouTube? No, I can't say I have, sorry, Drake. How are you doing today, Strider, says Far Cry. Oh, I'm doing fine, thanks. Really enjoying doing a live stream again and just walking around. I walked by Woolworths for the person who asked me to. There you go. Very busy, though. I don't want to be in their way doing my silly live stream. Yeah, I'm doing okay, thanks, Far Cry. Just enjoying our chats. And hey, Josh, nice mask. Oh, thank you. Mine's a Christmas theme one. Yeah, I love the fact that, you know, people do kind of get creative with the masks nowadays. I like to wear the, I got my mum like a purple and a pink one, and I got Lyndall a nice one too, and it's important to get something comfy that you like wearing. My favorite movie is Cars, but oh, goodness me, not my favorite, but good on you. I watched Mary and Max recently. Oh, I remember that one. Oh, you're most welcome, Dante. Yeah, no, Mary and Max was really good. I love that movie. Very memorable, I'll tell you that. I don't know if I'd watch it again, but really memorable. I'm glad I did. It's good to see someone streaming right now. I'm having a lot of trouble sleeping. Oh yeah, well, you know, that's what I do. I like to do these live streams around now in America because I'm a late night sleeper as well. Like my whole family, we've always had trouble sleeping, so I totally get it. But you know, I like to do this sort of thing just to walk around and chat and have a soothing walk and just answer some questions and let you guys know I'm still here. And I don't know, Life's Driver is so bare. I've felt bad kind of leaving it on just the, I haven't done anything sort of all like just my burnout video, so I wanted to add something just to show you guys I'm all right, you know, and that sort of thing. And anyway, yeah, I actually really want to do the letter answering. I've had so many letters lined up for like months now, and some really lovely ones as well. I haven't opened them. I like to open them on video, so because I know you guys send them in, and some people like to have them opened on video. So I'm gonna have to get the camera out and do that. Not have to, but I'd like to get the camera out to do that sometime soon. Sup CJ, thoughts on the AVGN? I still watch some of his old content sometimes too, and Boone. I think he's a good reviewer. He really puts a lot of effort into his scripts. What's the first 2 episodes? I watched Mary and Max. Oh yeah, that was really good, Dante, as I said, yeah. What's your favorite top 5 best and worst list? Oh, it's a tough one. I'm gonna say worst and best SpongeBob games was really fun to make, and I really loved doing that list, and that's one of my favorite ones right there. I feel like I should have shortened down Plankton's Robotic Revenge. Every time I see it, I'm like, oh, this is far too short, far too long a number 5 worst to start with. But aside from that, I really liked that list, and I loved putting it together. There are a lot more. You can actually see in the playlists my personal favorite top list. Worst and best Simpsons games was also really fun to make. It was my first collaboration with Real Gyms, and just really enjoyed reviewing those. I've thoroughly enjoyed reviewing games, even though there isn't quite as much interest. I love doing those. Castlevania Netflix, really enjoyed it. Haven't watched it in ages though. Sorry, Karen. Have you seen Powerpuff Girls Z? Can't say I had much interest in Ultimate. I watched the first episode, but it just wasn't my thing. I'm not as big into sort of anime style stuff anymore. Haven't been since my early 20s. How the heck did you manage to cross it? I asked him, Andrew. I asked him and he said yes. And yeah, we talked about it and sort of looked at the script together and stuff. And yeah, if it wasn't all that everything that happened, I would have had him on probably every year. Every February, I was sort of, as a celebration on my birthday, we'd do something together, but life happened and that's that. It's never sat well with me, everything that happened. NSW. My favorite movie is Cars. Yep. Mentioned that. Amethyst. I appreciate people like you for wearing a mask, even though you really didn't want to. You wouldn't have to. Well, yeah, that's right. It's certainly not mandatory or socially normal now in Australia. For a while it was, and we all wore masks. But yeah, now I'm just doing it to remind Americans. You know, absolutely encourage everyone to wear masks where necessary. Would you be willing to do crossovers with YouTubers much smaller? It really depends. I don't really care about the subscriber count part. It's if I like the person, if I like their content, if I think they present well, if I want to promote their channel, if we've got something in common. The feel of a YouTuber is really important to me. But that being said, I've got quite a close circle at this point over the years, and mostly stick to those people. But if I really like someone like Real Gyms or Alpha J or Pie Guy, who I've worked closely with for years, or obviously Gem Reviews, then I'll absolutely bring them on. Well, thank you. Well, yeah, that's kind of the whole point of it, Ultimate, is making Peppa Pig actually fun for everyone, because otherwise it's just kind of boring and horrible and silly. Like, the Fake Peppa Pig one was an interesting one to make, because I was looking back and I was like, this was making nothing out of something, because there is just no content to talk about there. And to see it kind of get us all turn it into something fun, I think that was really, it's what I try to do in my videos. I've watched you mentioned it a couple of times. Let's see. Dante, I'm gonna have to put you in the corner, buddy, because you've mentioned that like 9 times now. Anyway, favorite voice actors. Jennifer Harley is one of my favorite. David Hayter from Metal Gear Solid, I'm a massive fan of his work. I can never think of my favorite voice actors off the top of my head, but really enjoy them. There's a couple of video game voice actors I'm a really big fan of. Kristen Shaw, I love her, she's fantastic. Yeah, I've got a couple of voice actors I really like. What's your video idea, some guy? Oh, is that the some guy from my Patreon? Good to see you, man. Hello. We have a Woolies in South Africa, but it's a different company. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't realize. I thought Woolies was Australia exclusive. That's really cool. Do you have a advice for a review channel? Asked Ultimate. Just do what you're passionate about. I've seen a couple pop up recently. There's a guy I've started watching recently who exclusively does like Nickelodeon game reviews, and I'm really interested in it. I found his content really, his name's Brandon, I think, and I've really enjoyed his content, and he's only at a couple of thousand, but he's slowly getting more attention, which is great to see, and it's just a genuinely good YouTuber doing it for the sake of the passion rather than for the views, and that's generally the kind of content I watch in my downtime, the person who's just doing it out of passion. I watched the original Tom and Jerry movie, Anna. Don't know which one you're referring to. Any thoughts on the newly action? Good God, does Lady Gaga have to be so obnoxiously loud wherever I go? I just don't have much interest in Very Odd Parents, Cad Pig. Even when Butch Hartman wasn't such a crazy, horrible person, I didn't really watch much of it. So probably my favorite of his stuff was Danny Phantom. I even enjoyed the finale to that. Oh, if it isn't my friend Nathan, we got a green fox. Good to see you, man. I keep looking through the windows and seeing. Yeah, there's lots of fun stuff. This is the Lego store here. They have a sign? Yeah, the Lego store. Very, very cool though. Actually, I've got a viewer a subscriber who works there, who I wave and say hi to every now and then. What cartoon would you like to be in? I mean, Blue's Clues was my original dream. I thought I could be a fun host for that. Maybe even a guest. I don't know, Simpsons maybe? That's obviously it's not going to happen, but I'm a nobody by Simpsons standards, but that'd be a fun one. Let's see. Thoughts on the new Batman movie coming out? There's a new one? I'm just not watching much of DC, honestly. The only one I kind of liked was, what do you call, Harley Quinn and Birds of Prey. That was okay, but it had too much there was unnecessary gory content with like people pulling faces off. It was gross, yuck. But I really liked the Australian actor who played Harley Quinn. She was fantastic. Some Battle Dino Transformers, Brian. Oh boy, 3 a.m. Yeah, must be very late where you are, Mr. Krabs. It's my friend Renee. Hello, Renee. She's an amazing moderator. Nathan and Renee, they moderate on the Discord. They're awesome. How's the new Tom and Jerry movie? Haven't seen it yet, sorry, Bernie. Yeah, it must be 9 a.m. Oh. Would you be willing to... yeah, as I mentioned, Heart Hero, that'd be fine. Oh wow, I've missed a ton of messages. Holy crap, I was behind. Hello. Hello to you too, Art King. Dang, we are so unlucky. What is your current favorite and least favorite film? My current favorite film, pretty much my favorite film for the stream is Edge of Tomorrow. Like, that's my favorite movie. It's one of the few movies I've bought on... Oh no, I bought a few actually, no. But got it on YouTube because I just love that movie. It's absolutely fantastic. Oh, sorry, I'm really behind. Yeah, that's okay, Bernie. What's your secret to streaming here? I tried showing Renee. around and once, and it has no reception for a little bit. Really? I find only when I go to certain places in Cootha and obviously the Aguilera Forest that I don't get much reception. But I don't know, maybe it's your phone or something. Maybe you should check at the shop about that, Nathan. Hello, I am here. Oh, hello, Epic Mario. Oh, it's TJ. How you going, TJ? Favorite TV show? Oh, that's a tough one. What am I watching at the moment? Well, I just finished watching through WandaVision. I've actually been watching a few reruns of Johnny Bravo. I don't know, I was just in a Johnny Bravo mood lately. And I was watching some of the SpongeBob DVDs I got for Christmas, which has been really fun. Got like the first 200 episodes, it was really cool. Who's your favorite Autobot? I don't know what that is, Bella. If it's in regards to Transformers, I wouldn't really have one. Maybe Optimus Prime. Hey, Strider, would really like to lie to hear your thoughts on Steven Universe Future. Chloe, I didn't watch much of it. I was so kind of underwhelmed by the movie, but I've heard so many good things about the Future series, and just the little clips I saw of him like being analyzed by the doctor for post-traumatic, which it was very real and raw and cool. And yeah, I do need to eventually tune in for that because I was very impressed by that. Edge of Tomorrow manga is better. Oh, I've heard that's really good. Yeah, it is kind of anime-ish, isn't it? What is your favorite Simpsons season? Mine is, I think 6 and 7 were definitely among my favorites as well. Like, there was, I think I'd say 7, but 6 maybe. That was a really good time for Simpsons. Thoroughly enjoyed. Oh, it's my friend Geek Tunes. How you doing? He does my thumbnails. He's really cool. Oh, that's okay. Good to see you, man. Favorite Australian-made TV? I don't know. I'm trying to think. So much of our good actors get sourced out to America. I mean, look at Thor and Harley Quinn, but plenty of good content. It's Steph. How you doing? Hi, Josh from me and Mike Boop. Boop to you too. Sorry I'm behind on my Facebook messages, by the way. I haven't been on there in a while. And check the Facebook Messenger. Do you have a favorite dish you like to cook? I certainly do. Cad Pig, I like to cook stir fry. And I've recently been trying cottage pie made of kangaroo mince. Where you basically get the kangaroo mince and the onion and you brown it in the pan. Then you get some frozen vegetables, and I get about a kilo and a half. Cook them on high for 30 minutes, make sure they're nice and smooth. Mix it all together with like just your basic cottage pie mix. Some water, maybe a bit of milk to thicken it up. And once you spoon it into a casserole dish, put some light cheese on top, and you put it in the oven for 20 minutes on about 200 degrees, and it comes out nice and crispy brown. You can put a little bit of mashed potato on the top. You don't need too much though. But that's been a really nice dish. I've really enjoyed that. Yes, and my other dish, as you might know, is creamy Thai stir fry that I love to make. Just chicken stir fry with lots of veggies. You can, hi Mac and Blue. It's 7:58 in AU. Oh, that's not too bad then. Did you watch The Wiggles as a kid? Oh, I didn't know they turned 30 this year, Matthew, but yeah, I used to watch a lot of The Wiggles as a kid. It was some of the content my mom and I, don't feel is nauseating to this day. It stayed good. Used to make me proud to be Australian to say, yeah, The Wiggles came from here. What's and best web cartoons? Yeah, that never really happened, just some guy. I just feel like there's almost too much content for me to go through for web cartoons that you'd inevitably leave something out. That's another place where I don't really feel like it's my place to make judgments, particularly on web cartoons and people doing the same stuff as me. Let's see. What does your Netflix watch list look like? Well, I rewatched Edge of Tomorrow recently. What else did I watch recently? I haven't watched much Netflix recently. I've been actually watching a lot of Disney Plus because of the recent adult content released, like Bob's Burgers. I've been finishing off the Bob's Burgers series because that's so cool now. I can get that and Family Guy and a bunch of other stuff on Disney Plus. And we'll probably check out Raya and the Dragon. Have you seen that one yet, Nathan? I'm planning on making top 5 worst. Good on you, Logan. Mushroom Water, I see. Wow, it's been so long since I've watched. Hope you're doing well. Oh, thanks, Mac. Yeah, I'm doing fine. Just enjoying a little live stream walk around. What's something you can't stop watching? I don't know. Geez, I can't think of one off the top of my head. Dude, you should watch Johnny Bravo Goes. I saw some of that Geek Tunes. What did you think of it? Did you review that one in your Cartoon Network Specials one? Because I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Message me about it sometime if you've seen it, because I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Watching Future... Oh yeah, I've been watching Futurama too, Kiwi. That's the one I've been watching a lot of. No, this is nice and nostalgic. It's probably... Someone was asking about my most nostalgic show, and that'd be one of the most nostalgic ones for me, because I've been watching season 1 again. That's, very calming. I enjoy that. Thoughts of what you think of My Life as a Teenage Robot, asked Actic, and each season of it. I didn't watch that many episodes. I mainly watched season 1 when I was doing Best Nickelodeon shows, and I was really impressed by that, so yeah, quite enjoyed that one. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Bella. Johnny Bravo Goes Bollywood is a mood. Yeah, I should rewatch that one because I'm a Johnny Bravo fan, and I know that was basically like his last content, and I liked that we'd seen a bit of a transition of time with it. What does he which cartoon do you enjoy as a kid? A Slice of Cheese asked. One that certainly mellowed on my opinion on was Steven Universe. My opinion on that just really transitioned from really high point, obviously, to a much lower point. So I don't hate it, but my opinion on it certainly shifted. I've actually been on a Johnny Bravo streak myself. It's funny, isn't it? A lot of us are rewatching at the moment. Do you like Avatar: The Last Airbender? I sure do, TJ. Hey mate, you're in Brisbane, right? I sure am, Zane. Have you seen Broadchurch? Haven't heard of it, sorry, L. Roadhouse. Tracy McBee, but I am the thumbnail man. Yes, you are. Favorite Pixar movie? Inside Out, I'd say. I wasn't that blown away by it was a good movie, the new one, where the guy goes to the before life and the afterlife. I mean, there was a lot of plot holes that bugged me. And in general, I don't know, I lose sort of my connection with the story when it comes into things like before lives and afterlives, because I generally prefer Disney kind of going the secular route of just saying, we've got to focus on what we have in this life because this is all we have, so we've got to make the most of it and be there for one another. But yeah, so I don't know, I just kind of phase out when it comes to sort of afterlife and before life stories. We have a similar taste in shows, says TJ, but the movies, Cat in the Hat is my guilty pleasure. Oh, good for you, TJ. It's Thumbnail Man, says Steph. I wasn't aware of the body switch. Sorry, Stride, I have to go. See you later. See you, Destiny. Thoughts on Close Enough? I really liked that. I actually watched that through Mr. Krabs. That's his name, Mr. Krabs. Yeah, I really liked Close Enough. It was very different, sort of seeing that 30-something perspective, and it had such a kind of interesting perspective, seeing a young couple, with a kid and how they handle it, because it feels so much of my kind of 20, 30-something gamer generation, yet at the same time seeing them kind of handling this new responsibilities. It's really cool. I thoroughly enjoyed that one. Well, yeah, so gets my recommendation. Did you see Johnny Bravo's Scooby-Doo crossover? Oh yeah, that was a really good episode, Just Becca. Yeah, it's one of my favorites. How's your mental health? I've been mixed. Yeah, I think a lot of people are mixed at the moment, TJG, and that doesn't I'm not pushing it down or trying to lower its importance, but yeah, absolutely, you're not alone on that. I've been feeling a lot better this month, particularly after having a bit of quiet time, and yeah, I just saw the doctor today to make sure I was all up to date on everything, just on my heart and a few other things. Hi Strider, how are you today? Oh, pretty good, thanks Mark. Not too bad, enjoying a walk around. I'll probably finish up soon because, I don't know, I've been walking in a while and I'm starting to gasp a bit. I think it's partially this mask. What game do you want to be remade? I don't know. I don't think of any I'd really like remade. I mean, obviously I wanted a Diamond Pearl remake, but I didn't want it to be... I wanted improvements to be made and not just a kind of a recycling of all the X and Y animation on a goddamn Switch, which really should be ahead by now. I'm planning on trying to go into some different Switch games because I feel like I don't want to keep funding a franchise that just never changes. But anyway, what do you think about Disenchantment? Movie review, I find it thoroughly average when I watch it, and I watch it just purely out of interest, but I've certainly found, you know, when I'm watching it, season 4 and that sort of thing, I certainly never laughed that much at it. I was just like, oh, this is interesting, I wonder where this is going. But I kind of like that as an experiment, because you never really know what direction Disenchantment's going to go. Oh, it looks like my internet is starting to cut out, so just want to say thanks, guys, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you so much for chatting again, and you look after. I'll be out with a new video soon. See ya. If I can hit the X button, here it is. Look after, guys. See ya.